Hi everybody, and welcome to this video. It's great to be with you. Before we begin, let me just say happy holidays to everyone, no matter what holiday you're celebrating. And I'm just really happy to be with you on this video because I have some fun things to share with you that I think you'll find helpful. First off, just a reminder, this, whatever is apparently happening, the sound of this voice, the hearing that's happening there, the speaking that's happening here, the objects you appear to be surrounded by, everything, and everything that you would consider your life and the world is already boundlessness, is already wholeness, is already enough as it is. Yet we don't experience it that way. We think that we're a person in a body in a world that's often hostile. We think the world needs to be conquered, or we need to be protected from it, or a combination thereof. We feel that every person we meet is either there to give us something or to take something away. This is not a very happy way to live life. We're living in a dream of separation. We feel like we're a limited individual. We've forgotten that this is already boundlessness. And part of where we get stuck with this, or this is made up of the stories that we tell ourselves. We tell ourselves stories about what we can and cannot do. We tell ourselves stories about who or what we are. We tell ourselves stories about what's right and true in the world. And there are overarching stories about the world and about our surroundings. And then there's the personalized story that's called our life. And these stories seem so real and meaningful and important that we've forgotten boundlessness. It seems to be filtered or obscured. This is never actually true because even these stories are the one boundless energy, the one beingness that all is. And what we do at Sedona Training Associates is we lead seminars and have courses and books and audio programs and things like that that help you discover this for yourself. And we're having a retreat coming up soon. And so I wanted to share some of what we'll be covering in the retreat. So whether or not you decide to come to this treat, or this treat, yes, it's going to be a treat, but it's a retreat. and uh, and so let's explore what I've been talking about together. So in this moment, could you just simply pause or stop and notice what is? Just this pausing is often enough for our stories to start to fade into the background, for us to be more aware of a sense of ease, a sense of openness, a sense of aliveness. This openness and aliveness or beingness is always what is, except we're so busy rushing from moment to moment, thinking that there's somewhere we need to go and something we need to do before we can be, that we miss this. So it appears that things that we do create more of it, but that's not true. It just uncovers that which already is. Now there's a process that we do called triple welcoming. And we're going to do a modified version of that based on The fact that this is already boundlessness. We'll work a little bit more from boundlessness as opposed to trying to experience it or uncover it or notice it. So could you just simply welcome whatever sense of boundlessness or openness or ease that may be already here? Could you just allow it? And yes, it's that easy for it to start revealing itself to itself. And if you're not sure, don't worry about it. This is being recorded so that you can watch it as many times as you'd like. And each time you do, it will make more sense, or it will land more completely. There'll be more sense of resonance. And then allow yourself to think of something in life, in the stories that we tell ourselves, that you're wanting to change or improve. And it doesn't matter what it is. So could you just simply welcome or allow that? Is it welcomed or allowed, or just simply noticed? Is it what's apparently happening? And then could you be open at least to the possibility that that story, that apparent problem, that apparent goal is appearing on or in or as boundlessness? And could you just allow it to melt or dissolve into and as boundlessness as best you can? Because it's just an appearance in or on and as boundlessness, you can just simply notice that it doesn't really have solid boundaries. And it can just simply melt into the whole, into what is. And could you also welcome any wanting to fix it, change it, control it, understand it, do anything with or about it? Is that welcomed or allowed? Is that noticed? Is that what's apparently happening? And then as best you can, notice that that's floating in or on boundlessness. And it's made up of boundlessness. And because of that, sometimes just in the noticing of that, but sometimes it feels like it needs a little nudge, even though it really doesn't. Could you just allow it to dissolve or melt or merge or disappear into or as beingness or boundlessness, that which all is? And then also check to see if there's any sense that any of that is personal, about you or who you are. Now, I'm not saying deny that or try to get rid of it. I'm just saying, could you allow or welcome that? Is it welcomed or allowed? Is it what's apparently happening? And then notice even this appearance of being separate from boundlessness is boundlessness. Could you be open to that, at least as a possibility? And as best you can, just for now, could you allow that sense of a separate individual or a me to melt or dissolve or merge into or as the boundlessness that all is? What if all our stories, or our apparent problems, even our goals, are appearing in or on or as that which is already wholeness, already infinite, already limitless, already this? So let's run through that again. Focus on that same thing or anything else that appears to be holding you back, that you're wanting more of or less of, that appears to feel contracted or painful or just unpleasant. And whatever's come to mind, is it welcomed or allowed? Is it what's apparently happening? Is it just appearing in or as beingness or boundlessness? And could you just allow that story, that apparent problem, to melt into the whole, to dissolve, to merge into that which it is already? What if it's just appearing separate from that? It's not the truth. So could you allow that appearance to become more transparent, more open, more empty than it appears? And then could you allow yourself to welcome any wanting to fix it, change it, control it, understand it, do anything with or about it? These little bubbles or waves that appear on the ocean of aliveness or beingness or boundlessness that all is are made up of a story and our attempts to change it and our identification with it. But they're not as real as they appear. They just seem real. And when we're in the middle of a drama or a trauma, it seems very real. But what if it isn't as real as it seems? And because of that, could you allow the sense of it being real to melt out of the appearance? Could you allow this appearance to dissolve the apparent boundaries between the appearance and all that is and isn't? Could you allow it to unravel or melt or dissolve in or as boundlessness? And then could you also welcome or allow or be present with or notice the sense of I, me, or mine. The sense that you're the one who's doing this, experiencing this, having this, knowing this. And again, there's nothing wrong with any of this. It's just what's appearing. And is it welcomed or allowed? Is it what's apparently happening? And this appearance, what if it's an insubstantial bubble or a wave in the infinite ocean of love and light that is boundless aliveness, that is already you and all? And could you just allow the sense of being a separate individual, at least temporarily, to subside, to melt, to dissolve into all that is and isn't? What if this, whatever's apparently happening, is already wholeness, is already natural, is already effortlessly present, even when it appears obscured? What if even the apparent obstructions are it as well? So I highly encourage you to explore this on your own. I would listen to this or watch it a few times and just let it resonate through you. And if you'd like to take this further, there's a retreat starting soon, and you're invited to attend. It's a Zoom retreat that starts on the 28th of December. And it starts at 8 in the morning and goes to 12:30 with a few breaks. And our retreats are our most powerful courses, where you'll see wonderful transformation and ease and joy. And even long-standing issues tend to melt or dissolve. And it opens something that continues long after the retreat is ended. And it's a great way to bring in the New Year's. So please join us on this upcoming retreat. And whether you do or not, happy holidays. And thanks for watching or listening to this. Bye for now.